JJK Thursday, guys. You know what that means? Uh, a new episode has come out. And by a new episode, I mean a piece of peak cinema that can rival the Shibuya incident. Anyway, so today was the date of the premiere of the Maki vs. Zenin jumping. And quite frankly, it is more powerful than Madara versus 1,000 Shinobi. As what was demonstrated here was more than just pure violence. It was generational hatred welling up in the form of one teenage girl, tired of her clan, putting her down for simply not having cursed energy, and in some cases for being a woman. So, the episode opens with Maki going into the cursed vault of the Zenin clan, where someone is telling her to turn around and come back. Where it then, after that, cuts to a flash of her and Megami talking, probably about a day before this, about how he should accept the role as the clan head due to his inherited curse technique and use of domain expansion, which I'm guessing no other clan leader's technique allowed them to achieve it normally. So anyway, with this, we now cut back to Maki going into the curse vault of the Zenin clan, where we see now that it's actually her mother yelling at her to come back, because according to her mother, the only good thing she's ever done in life is be born, so please do something to please her for once. So then, as she opens the vault, with the key she was given by Megami, she sees not cursed tools, but rather her father Ogi and her sister Mai. Mai is laying on the ground bleeding from a wound that Ogi has given her with his sword, due to the fact that she, like Mai, is a twin. In fact, they are twins of each other, and because of this, their cursed technique capabilities are harshly limited. So they had no way of defending themselves, at least Mai did. So now, Ogi and Maki have a little fight because, she's mad, where Ogi uses Falling Blossom Emotion, a anti-domain technique passed down by the big three clans. Well, what is it? Now that, Maki then breaks Ogi's sword, but rather than fearing, Ogi just simply cuts Maki with Falling Blossom Emotion, meaning that she very much still gets injured. So now they are dragged to the punishment room, where people of the Zenin clan would train or get punished for their misdeeds. Well, Maki and Mai are thrown in there, and due to their near-death state, Mai crawls over to Maki, leans real close to her face, whispers something, and then now they're on the beach somewhere, completely uninjured, and Mai says that she'll die after she gives Maki this, so she better take it and use it, which we find out is the Soul Split Katana, or at the very least, a constructed replica of it, based on what the records state. And with this, Mai tells Maki to tear it all down. And by it all down, she means to decimate the Zenin clan. Anyway, Maki awakens, and because of this, she has now awakened the full potential of her heavenly restriction, meaning she rivals Toji. Anyway, as soon as she does this, she exercises all the grade 2 curses that were kept in this room that were meant to eat Maki and Mai. Well, now their father is terrified because the presence they're emitting is equal to that of Toji back in the day. And as stated by a member of the Zenin clan later in this episode, they are only alive now in the condition they are due to the whim of Toji not wanting to kill them, because he could have easily done what Maki is about to do here. Anyway, Maki, after killing Ogi by simply taking the top of his head off like she was a barber that missed a little, she then a bell is rung to signify that, quote, Maki has lost her mind and has killed Ogi. Everyone's thinking, oh, she snuck up on him. That was not a sneak. She did not sneak up on him. She would just simply move too fast that he couldn't defend himself. But anyway, with all the clan dispatched to fight her, first we get a bunch of assassins who I don't remember what they're called, but I know their organization starts with a K. Well, Maki versus them goes about as well as trying to fight a hacker in a gun game goes. It was horrendous and over quicker than it started, with Maki claiming victory over, I want to say, about the 200 men that were sent to fight her. What is it? So now, with this, Maki is about to leave when suddenly the leader of that assassin group comes in, and before he can even finish a sentence, he notices his entire crew is dead, and Maki is standing in the puddle not even a puddle, a pool of their blood. Quite frankly, it's so much blood that it would be a phlebotomist's dream to get that. Uh, Now, because of this, he goes to attack, but right when he does, a member of the Hay goes to attack, encasing her in some giant hands. Now, this is the part that everyone on TikTok has been hyped for the last week, as it is now time to show why they assembled the Avengers of animation in anime for this episode, because we get some of the most quality animation this show's seen since probably either Sukuna versus Maharaga, or that one sequence from the Todo, Yuji, and Mahito fight during Shibuya. At this point, we now are introduced to Jinichi Zenin, and then two other guys that were given names, but quite frankly, they got killed so fast that I at least cannot remember them. If I owned the physical copies of manga for this, then I would be able to tell you right now. Or just wanted to open up Bing or Google. But anyway, with them now all ready to fight Maki, first she goes after the leader of the assassin group, who she dispatches so quickly that it was almost like they didn't even fight. She breaks his sword, then kills him with the tip of his katana by just straight up hitting him with the reverse unicorn. Then she goes on to fight the dude who created the giant hands, who I don't remember how he died. All I remember is that 1 second he was fighting and another one he was gone. This is then where we get the line dropped about how Toji could have destroyed the Zenin clan in about an afternoon if he had wanted to, if they had made him mad enough. Thankfully, he had good relations with Naobito and did not want to ruin that. But anyway, we now cut to Jinichi and the other guy. The other guy's curse technique essentially allows him to hold people in place with the power of his eyes. Probably the only downside to this is that if you break through it, he goes blind. Anyway, Maki powers up like she is a Prime DVZ Goku and destroys the barriers. And the man is now blind and probably fighting for his life because of all the cursed energy that took. So Jinichi goes to fight her with his curse technique, which there was no given name for it. However, the only thing that I know is that it creates giant fists for him that he can rain down on his enemies. He destroys half the Zenin compound with this attack, and Maki simply walks out of the dust holding his severed head, as the other man partially watches in horror with what vision he has left as Maki walks out of the dust. Naoya, who has just witnessed all of this, understands, I can kill her. I can beat her. I got this. He, in fact, did not have this. He was defeated pretty insanely, because while he was throwing Maki around, she was barely defending. All she was doing was kind of blocking when it was needed, even to the point where he turned her into an animation cell and launched her far away. And at this moment, Maki wasn't thinking of survival. She was thinking about destroying the Zenin clan. Which, quite frankly, I can't blame her. You go, queen. Anyway, Maki, with this one-track mind in mind, is just counting the things, because now with her newly obtained body, she can see cursed energy, but can't use it herself. She counters Naoya by mastering the 24 FPS rule and hitting him at the 24 mark, meaning that there's no punishment for either of them, but rather she has now put him in a cutscene where she then proceeds to punch him in the face so hard it shatters half of his skull, and then from 4 angles we are shown the divine beating he had gotten to his face, as he is now unable to stand up very well. He's not even a black eye. He's got a purple face because of that. Like, if you thought Gojo's Hollow Purple was purple. But a part of his monologue during this whole sequence was about how Maki won't ever stand with the greats like Gojo or anyone, or Gojo or Toji, and that he will be the one who does that. Yeah, good luck with that. Anyway, she just leaves him laying on the ground because I guess she assumed that he would have died from that because, well, there was a lot of skull going into his brain right there that I think any reasonable person would think that someone would not survive that. He did, in fact, somehow survive that. But anyway, Maki gets back to the compound, probably finishes off everyone else who's still alive. And by probably, I mean she did. The end of this episode, the only Zenins remaining are Maki and Megami. Anyway, sorry about that cough. Anyway, with it just being Megami and Maki at the end of the episode, we can assume that once she finds her mother, it's over about as quick as she walks into that room. Anyway, her mom's begging her, please don't kill me, I need this, and everything. So then Maki doesn't quite kill her, but leaves her with a mortal wound that she won't have much longer to live. Anyway, so her mother then leaves the room after Maki leaves. Maki retrieves Mai's body and takes it out to the front of the Zenin clan house, where she meets up with Momo and gives Mai's body to Momo to tell her to, quote, take care of it. Anyway, with Naoya still barely alive and with Maki and Mai's mom still barely alive, they meet each other. And without a second thought, she kills him. Like, basically, he fell onto the ground through, like, a wall. Granted, had he had some time, he would have been able to fully heal with reverse curse technique. So she wanted to make sure that her daughter's efforts were not in vain because, despite the fact of basically hating her daughter for being born, she's still her daughter. So, Naoi is dead, and Maki's mom slowly dies, keeping him pinned to the ground so that way he can't get back up. So, as the episode cuts off, we're shown the autopsy reports of all the Zenin clan members and the numbers that were massacred that day. Maki, I think, even went out of her way to hunt down more members of the Zenin clan just to make sure they couldn't start over. So now, Megami is essentially just the class president of, like, one girl and her boyfriend Yuta, who's realistically the heir to the Gojo clan. But that's spoiler territory that we're not going to get into, but I just want to say, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, comment down below what I should do. Anyway, peace, guys.